Hello everyone, this is Yamin, and in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can make multiple authentication in Laravel using Jetstream. So multiple authentication means we let both user and admin log in from the same login page, but the user and admin will go to different dashboard. Okay, and I'm going to show you everything step by step from the very beginning. So right now let's go and create a fresh Laravel project. So I just go to my folder. And let's say we'll create a project over here. So for it, we need to open a command prompt. So I'll say over here cmd, then press enter. So it will open a command prompt. So right now, in order to create a Laravel project, we need to run this command, composer create project Laravel/Laravel. And after it, we need to give our project a name. So you can give any name you want. Let's say my project name will be my project. You can give any name. So right now, if I press enter, it will start creating our Laravel project. And the project name will be my project. So it will take some time. So right now, I'll just fast forward the video. And there you can see the project creation is complete. So right now, we can just close this. And there you can see we have a folder over here called my project. And this is our Laravel project. So let's go and run our project. So in order to run our project, let's just go inside our project. And here we're going to open a command prompt. So it's over here cmd, then press enter. So there you can see currently we are in the project directory. So we just need to say over here php artisan serve and then press enter. And there you can see, so right now we need to copy this. So I'll just copy this, then I'll go to my browser. Then if we paste it here, then press enter. There you can see this is our freshly created Laravel project. So right now we are going to install Jetstream in our Laravel project, and then we'll make some changes in the code so that we can make multiple authentication. So for it, let's go back to our project directory again. So here you can see currently we are in the project directory, and we are going to open another command prompt in the project directory. So we are going to say over here again at the top cmd, then press enter. So it will open another command prompt in the project directory, and here we are going to say composer require Laravel/Jetstream and then press enter. So this will install Jetstream in our Laravel project. So this may take some time. So right now I'll just fast forward the video. And here you can see Jetstream installation is complete. So right now we're going to install Livewire in our project. So for it, we need to say over here php artisan Jetstream. Then we'll give a clone over here. Then we're going to say over here install Livewire and then press enter. So this command will install Livewire in our Laravel project. So right now I'll just fast forward the video. So here it will ask that new database migration or added. Would you like to rerun your migration? So over here we're going to say no and then press enter. So right now we're going to run this command npm install. And after npm install, we're going to say over here npm run build, then press enter. And there you can see npm run build is done. So right now we need to run the command php artisan migrate. But before that, we need to set up our database, and also we need to make some changes in the table code as well. So first of all, let me just open the project using Sublime Text. So I'll click on file, then open folder. We'll go to new volume A, and over here you can see a folder over here called my project. So I'll select it, then select folder. So right now we'll just directly go to our project.env file. So we'll go to our env file, and if we go down here you can see the DB connection is SQLite. So instead of SQLite, we're going to say over here MySQL, and instead of Laravel, let's say here the database name will be my_project. So let me just save this, and let me just copy this, and let me just also go to the config folder. Then inside config, I have database.php. So right now, let me just go down, and here you can see MySQL, and here you can see database, DB database. So here you can see Laravel. So instead of Laravel, we are going to say over here my_project, which we just said over here. Okay, so after this we can just close both of them, And right now, what we are going to do is that we're going to open the SAMP over here. So let me just start both Apache and MySQL over here. And right now, let's go to our browser. We'll go to our PSMadmin. So here you can see PSMadmin. So right now, we're going to create our database, which is called my_project. This one. So for it, here you can see the new option. I'll click on new. Then here you can see database name. So here I'll give my database name, which is my_project. Then click on create. And there you can see database is created over here, and the database name is my_project. And there is no table in the database. So right now, before we run the command pspartition migrate in the command prompt, we'll make some changes in the database table migration file. So here in the project, here you can see the database folder, and inside database you have the migrations folder, and inside migrations folder here you can see we have user table. So let's go inside user table. So here after the email we are going to add a column called user type. So here we are going to set $table, this arrow sign with our here string to first bracket to single quotation, and let's say the column name will be user type, and this column will have a default value. So with our here default, and the default value will be user. Okay. So right now let me just set this, then let me close it over here, and let's go to our command prompt. Then we're going to serve over here PHP artisan migrate, and then press enter, and there you can see a few table is migrated. So right now if we just refresh our database table over here, here you can see for my project we have some table over here, and here you can see the user table, and here you can see name, email, and user type. So right now if I just refresh my Laravel project, we see over here login and register option. So right now let's click on register, and let's register a user. So we're going to see over here, let's say name will be user, email will be user@gmail.com. Let's give a password over here, then confirm password, and click on register. There you can see we're able to successfully register over here. And if we now go to our database and refresh over here, here you can see name user, email user@gmail.com, and the user type is user. So right now let me just log out from here, and let me register one more user, and this one will be for admin. So I'm going to say over here admin, email will be admin@gmail.com, and we are going to give a password over here, then confirm password, click on register, and there you can see it took us to our dashboard. And if we now refresh our database table, there you can see we have one more user called admin, and the user type is by default user, because we mentioned over here in the migration file that the default value for the user type will be user. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to change the user type for the admin. So for it we can just click over here, and we can just say over here admin like this. Okay. And there you can see the user type is admin, or you can also just click over here and here you can see the edit option. By clicking the edit option, you can also change the user type. Okay. So right now what we'll do is that when the user login, it will take user to this dashboard, but when the admin login, it will take the admin to different dashboard. Okay. So for it, we are going to create a route. So let's go to our routes, then web.php. And before we create a route, let me just create a controller first. So here I'm going to say php artisan make clone controller, and the controller name will be, let's say, home controller, and then press enter. And there you can see controller is created. So right now if you go to add, then http and controller, here you can see home controller.php. Okay. So right now what we are going to do is that in the routes web.php, we are going to add the controller over here. So for it, we need to say over here use app backslash http backslash controller backslash it will be home controller. So here we added the home controller, so it means we'll have access to the home controller from the web.php. So right now, okay, let me just show you one thing. Let me just log in from here. I'll keep the user email and password, click login. And there you can see that it took us to a dashboard and the URL is /dashboard over here. And right now, if I just go to resource, then views, inside views, here you can see dashboard.blade.php. And whatever you are seeing over here is coming from here, from dashboard.blade.php. So what we are going to do is that we are going to change this URL from here. So for it, what we need to do is that, let's go back to our code and we'll go to our config folder. Here you can see config, and inside config, here you can see modify.php. So right now, if we go down, here you can see home equal to /dashboard. So instead of /dashboard, let's say home equal to /home. So right now, let me just save this. Then after it, what we do is that in the web.php, we are going to write a route for this /home. So here we are going to say route double clone to get to first bracket to single quotation /home. Then we'll give a comma, then to third bracket, then we're going to say over here home controller double clone class comma index. And after it, let's set this. So right now we're going to create an index function in the home controller. So right now what will happen is that whenever someone will try to log in, it will call the /home, not dashboard route. It will call the /home, which is this route. Okay. So right now let's go to our home controller and create this function. So we'll go to app in HTTP, then controller, and here you can see home controller. So over here we're going to say public function index, then to first bracket, then to second bracket. So from here, what we're going to do is that we're going to check the user type. If the user type is user, then we'll send the user to the dashboard. And if the user type is admin, we'll send the user to different dashboard. Okay. So in order to check the user type, we need to add the user model at the top of our home controller. So we're going to say over here use app backslash models backslash user. And we need to use one more thing in order to check the logged in user. So for it, we need to say over here use illuminate backslash support backslash packet backslash auth. We need to write this in order to check the logged in user. Okay. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to give a if condition. If we say over here auth to double clone user, we are mentioning the user table name over here, then to first bracket, then this arrow sign, we are going to say over here user type. User type you can call is it user. Here let me just show you. Here we are checking that in the user table where we want to get the user type value over here whenever someone is trying to log in. So if the user type is user, it will call a if condition, and if the user type is admin, it will call other if condition. So here we'll give two second brackets, and here we're going to say return view. Return view will be here in the resource we have views, and in the views here you can see dashboard.blade.php. So we are just going to mention about here dashboard only. And if the user type is not user, it means the user type is admin, then we'll go to the else condition. So we're going to say over here return view, and the view name will be, let's say, admin.home. So right now we do not have any admin folder and also home.blade.php. So right now what I'm going to do is that in the views, we're going to create a admin folder. So I'm going to right click on views, then click new folder, and here I'm going to say over here admin, then press enter. And in the admin folder, we're going to create home.blade.php. So let me just right click, then click new file, and here we're going to say home.blade.php, Control S, then save. So over here, let me just say over here simple HTML, and in the body, let's say over here admin homes. Let's save this. Okay, so right now let me just explain what we are doing. So over here we mention home equal to /home. It means whenever someone is trying to log in, it will call this URL, and this URL will call our this route home controller index function, and our home controller index function will check the user type for a user that is trying to log in, and if the user type is user, it will send the user to the dashboard, which is this one, and if the user type is not user, it means admin, then it will send the user to this view, which is admin.home, which is this one, only admin.home text over here. Okay, so right now let's go back to our browser, then let me refresh, and let me just log out from here. Let's click login, and let's try to log into the user dashboard first. We'll give the user email, then the user password over here. Click login. Okay, we have an error over here, and the URL is /home, that's fine, but we have an error, and I made a spelling mistake over here. It will be support like this. Let me just save it again, then let me refresh, and there you can see it took us to the user dashboard. So right now if we log out, but before that, here you can see that our URL name is /home. It means it called our this URL. Okay. So right now let me just log out, and let's try to log in as a admin. So let's click login, and here if we say admin@gmail.com, then keep the password over here, click login, and there you can see the URL is /home, and here it is written over here admin home, but there you can see there is no logout option over here for the admin to log out. So let me just add the logout option. So for it, let me just go back to the code, and we'll go to our, let's say dashboard.blade.php. We can just copy the code from here, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and we'll paste it for admin over here. You can see this is for admin view. Let me just remove this, and we can just say over here admin dashboard, save, then refresh. There you can see it is written over here admin dashboard, and we have the logout option. And if you only want the logout option, you can do that as well. Okay, let me just remove the code from here. We'll say over here HTML. Let's say over here admin home, and we're going to have the only logout option. And in order to do that, we'll go to our, here you can see navigation menu.blade.php. So here in the navigation menu.blade.php, let me just go a little down, and here you can see over here at this line, I have a form over here for logout. So let me just copy this, and I'll paste it over here after admin home. And here you can see X drop down link. So I'll just remove this, and here I'm just going to say over here input type, it will be submit, and here I'm going to say hello, it will be logout. And let's also remove this X data from here. So let me just save this, and let's go back to our browser. Let me refresh, and there you can see home and logout button. If I click on logout, there you can see it took us to the home page. So this is how you can make multi-auth in Laravel Jetstream. So right now there is one more thing that you should do, and that is you should make middleware for admin, so that the pages admin will have in the future, the user should not have access to the space, so you should create middleware for admin. But right now the user won't be able to have access to the page because both user and admin use the same URL, which is home. If you have different URL for admin, then you should protect the admin route by creating middleware. So this is all for this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe, and if you want to know how to create middleware in Laravel, you can check out the video on the screen. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the future tutorials.